Hey, what is up everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Go. We are at the house, quarantine. I just got home from work and I popped an incense as soon as I got out. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to actually start at 2. We got out a little bit on the later side, so I did miss out on most of the event. I was able to play just a little bit during the fire portion, um, and I got, I think, 1 Litwick. And then at 3 o'clock, I was able to pop an incense around like 3:30, and I'm gonna go ahead and show what I got because it was actually a really spicy one, a shiny Yanma, which is actually one of the better shinies that I could have gotten from the bug portion of the event. It is currently now 4, which means we are in the ground portion of the event. So not that many Pokemon that I'm like, oh yeah, ground types. Um, But I mean, if I can get a couple Drillbur, because during the bug type event I was able to get a couple of Joltik, which was very nice. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this ground portion of the event. Any shinies, I'll go ahead and pop back in. But after that, stay tuned for the APK Datamine of 173 and all the spiciness that lies inside of the data mine. Alright, so expect me to get some notifications while we're doing this because I'm entering a 5th tournament. I'm not doing so hot. Let's just leave it at that with the Epic 4. Actually, in 1, I'm 2-1 going into the 4th round. So, I could either finish 3-1 or 2-2 at the worst. So, the other ones, we're not going to talk about them. Alright, so let's get into the Go Hub. We are going to be hopping all over the place today. But first, we gotta go with the number 1 most thing that we have is level 41 to level 50 have been data mined. And we also have an infographic. We have this infographic here that does show some of the rewards. Now these are subject to change. Everything in these APK data mines are subject to change. Let's just throw that out there. Alert. Subject to change. Alright, so yeah, we got this, which is always lackluster. Like, it's always kinda like, oh, whatever. Now the one thing is that it doesn't say how much to get to each level. But we have level 41 to level 50. Now, level 39 to level 40 was 5 million. And before that, every time before that was doubled, essentially. I remember at least 2.5, I think it was like 1 million to like 2 million. I actually don't even remember. I remember 2.5 million, then I remember 5 million. And the grind, that 5 million grind was redonkulous. But if we go into Pokemon Go, wait, that's Roselia. Roselia is one of the few shinies that I have that I've never actually caught in the wild. I evolved Badoo to get a Roselia and then a Roserade, so I have a Roselia, but I haven't got one in the wild yet, and I really want one. But total XP, I'm at 75 million. I am almost at level 40 times 4. This is how we've been judging XP for the past for years, is how many times over level 40 you are. So at 40 you are at 20 million total XP, and then level 40 times 2 would be 40 million, and then times 3 would be 60 million. I'm on my way to times 4, just less than actually 5 million. I need 4,100,000 330. I need 4 million, a little over 4 million XP to get to level 40 times 4. But what does that mean as far as level 41? How is this going to retroact? I'm going to assume that to get to level 41 you would need an additional 10 million. Level 42 would maybe be like 20 million and 40 million. So I would assume that it just kind of exponentially kind of just ×2 every time. So I'm very intrigued by how this is all going to go down, and I don't think that that's at all out of the question, especially when you have, what was it, Reversal's latest goal is to get to 300 million XP. So I don't see any issues with having that kind of double it every time kind of mentality, because there are some people that have that much XP. Like, they've been grinding this game to that extent, so I see no problems there. So, if we go back over to the Go Hub, we have the raw data. All the rewards and levels. So this is how they got, like, the level cap, the new level cap, by, scrolling through all this and being like, okay, that's it. That's level 40. So the things that we don't know are how the CP is going to adjust, for Pokemon. Because right now, your max CP for a Pokemon is once they hit level 40. Or if you're a Best Buddy boost, I think you get to level 41 or level 41.5. I'm not sure. And then, so for level up, so for, like, CPs for Pokemon, like, if you're, like, obviously if you're, like, a level 41 player, you can't level up to level 50, your Pokemon, but your Pokemon can now become a level 41 Pokemon, and so on and so forth, until you get to level 50, and then you have a level 50 Pokemon. This will change up all of PvP as we know it. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, I'm going to be getting lots of... There we go. Oh, we got a different tournament, round 5 for a different tournament. So, yeah, this is going to be my 5th tournament tonight that I'm in. So, yeah, very, very... I'm so interested in this. And it goes into some of the kind of... It goes into a lot of the various things that we need to kind of go through for PvP, and like different random things, like just kind of like, oh, how is this going to work, kind of things in this article. If you want to read it, I'm going to link all these articles in the description below. Alright, and so if we continue, we actually get even more stuff underneath APK 173.0. Okay, so a lot of this stuff is also already in the game. These are a few days old, and we pretty much got some of the major features of this update right away. So, again, disclaimer, subject to change. So we got remote raiding, we got some stuff for the coding of using remote raid passes. We have also the ability for Niantic to basically turn this function on or off. Which they have that kind of functionality with a lot of things, including, like, all the shinies in the game are basically also on and off. They've been uploaded in the game for years in some cases, and like with Gen 5 right now, Pokemon are uploaded into the game and their shiny files are in the game as well, and then Niantic just turns on the switch. Interaction range for, for the gyms and such, so there's some stuff for there. Daily free research has been put into this, so that's kind of cool. We get some more stuff like that. Incense quests. So, actually, I wasn't really looking for any Incense Day research because I was home, but there was quest use incense. There's also stuff for item stacking, and we have seen a new visual glitch in the game where, I think you probably saw it earlier in this video actually, where when your star piece runs out, it stays there for a little bit and just says 0 seconds left for a while. So that's, probably going to be, that's probably implemented for the item stacking. So you can kind of see, like, how many star pieces you have, like, in the background, sort of a deal. Mass transferring event Pokemon, that is live, and that's going to save so much time. I am waiting for the double transfer candy. I think that's going to be Tuesday, I want to say. Bulk powering up, which is also in the game already. It's amazing. We love this. Double confirmation on this stuff. It's set. I really like that. It's very nice. Extra large candy. Whoa now. We're getting extra large candy. So if you don't know, there are in I think the Sword and Shield games, they introduced candies and sizes of candies. I think maybe it was also in Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. But yeah, you have extra large candies, so we might be seeing these things, the candy cost, etc. So basically, they might be like better candies. So I don't know. We don't know how this is going to be, but there's coding for extra large candy, which is going to be very cool. A lot of stuff for Battle League and PvP, which if you're a battler, you've already seen, and that's been very cool to like see some of those things. A lot of this stuff, like it's all in there. The 3 shield bug fix, PvP maintenance, like a lot of stuff has been put in there. Some debugging. To kind of help out as much as possible. A lot of coding has been added to try and help fix PvP. Handle the connection. Don't know. There's also something for mystery reward, which is interesting. We don't know what that is yet. We also have the coding basically for Gen 6, 7, and 8. The Pokedex badge medal. So we have that in there. It's just kind of in there. It's just kind of like a placeholder. We all know that these will eventually come, but it's kind of exciting to see that they're there. We also have a new notification, maybe soon, for incubating, like no eggs incubating. Like, hey you forgot to incubate your eggs. Put your eggs in an incubator. We also have shadow eggs. We've seen stuff in the APKs before for shadow eggs, but now there's even more stuff adding to it, so maybe we'll see shadow eggs. Maybe not until this whole situation is done, but also Niantic is continuing to push forward, which is very nice to see, so we might see shadow eggs eventually come to be a thing. We don't know when. Buddy improvements, probably because of the Buddy event coming. And then a whole bunch of technical stuff, including the return of Game Master. We also have PTC login, inventory space management, a bunch of telemetry. The special research dropdown, if you haven't noticed, you can actually like click it and like it drops down. So just kind of like it makes it a little cleaner. The way bubbles apparently appear in game when you get your items has been changed. There's also been something for mono depth, which is going to be for AR plus occlusion, which for AR photographers and people who are a fan of taking pictures of their Pokemon. I have kind of gotten away from it, but I do very much enjoy a good snapshot of a Pokemon. So this is just kind of, it's going to eventually kind of play a role so that Pokemon actually interact with their environment. Like endgame occlusion would be Pokemon actually interacting with their environment. Like if there's a chair there, they wouldn't just stand in front of the chair, they would actually move aside, which is very interesting. We also have stuff, we have a bunch of other stuff, which we don't really know what any of it means. Alright, and if we in fact go to the top of the page once more, there's even more. Oh gosh, there's so much inside of this one APK that they had to write not one, not two, but 3 articles on this one APK mine. It's amazing. But yeah, very cool. Again, disclaimer, subject to change. Also, not necessarily going to be like next week or this week even. This could be months down the line. But we have something in the text for Wayfarer Badge. So it looks like so Ingress has a badge or medal for basically how many contributions you've done for the Portal Recon, the basically their version of Pokestops and gyms, their portals. So your contributions to the portals actually have a medal for that. And it looks like Pokemon Go will actually be getting something very similar. So that's going to be very cool. We also hope that, especially for, there is actually a community of people working on actively making the game better, at least in my area, and I'm sure in many other areas it's like that as well. But it's so in depth. I joined it and I was like, whoa, there's so much to this. But yeah, so there's that, and there's also this snapshot challenge. So there's the snapshot challenge quest. So that looks like maybe a new event maybe for taking snapshots of Pokemon, and you'll be getting certain quests for that. That's going to be interesting. We don't know. Maybe that has something to do with the occlusion. Maybe Niantic is closer to launching occlusion than we think. That could actually be very fun. We also have, finally, friend filters. So when you search, you don't have to just search by someone, like by their in-game name or by like a special nickname you gave them. We now have interactable, lucky, and friend level as options. So you can type in the word interactable. So basically people who you haven't yet interacted with. So that you can kind of know, like, hey, these are the people who I still need to buddy up with. You can type in lucky, so you can see all your lucky friends. You can type in friend level, which I'm not sure what that would do. Maybe friend level and then continue on. I don't know. There's also one for giftable. I don't know why that's not specifically mentioned in the text under, but yeah. There's also giftable, which is very cool. We also have more coding for custom incense, and that is attached to, in last episode on the thumbnail, there was that orange incense. That's that custom incense. We're not sure yet when this is going to... I thought it would have launched with the Centric, but no. And there's also more stuff for... Oh, for when you're bulk powering up, if you are at a limit, so like right at that, like, hey, you're gonna go over 1500. There's like a little, like, it changes to red for that one little part, and then continues to green. So that's kind of cool. Bonus research tax deletion. So there's more text for that. For the free bonus. For the free research, I believe that's specifically dealing with that. So it'll be like, hey, you're getting rid of this, but don't worry, you'll get one again tomorrow, kind of a deal. Pokestop scans. This is apparently extremely huge, but I have no clue what this actually means. There is that link right there that if you want to go ahead and go to it, you can check it out for yourself. But honestly, I know it's going to be very hype. When this all launches, we'll get a tutorial and more information the closer we get, and then I'll cover it more in depth. But so far there is a lot of stuff. So there's Pokestop scan, scan Pokestop scan remaining, one Pokestop scan remaining. It seems interesting. It's gonna be like a new menu item in the settings. There's a lot of stuff to it. There's gonna be a tutorial when it launches. It's gonna show you how to scan. You know, there's a lot of stuff to it. It's also it's a large process with a lot of coding, a lot of text, a lot of like, hey, are you sure? Stuff like that. Also, it will give you like a warning, hey, this is going to use a lot of data, you might want to be on Wi-Fi. There's going to be some warnings, disabling. But yeah, there is a lot to the scanning portion. And a lot of people who are into both Ingress and into the whole like creating new Pokestops kind of a thing, this will greatly help in that. It should be a very useful tool. I'm sorry I don't really know much more about it, but again, I've never done Ingress, so I don't really understand the essentials of needing to do scans. But yeah, very interesting. It's going to be an invaluable tool for those of you who do enjoy creating new Pokestops and being involved in that process and helping out the community in that way. We are going to be getting the Snapshot Challenge, which sounds, according to this author, like another stay-at-home kind of a deal. So maybe it might be like some kind of special research event, or like maybe it is going to be at Pokestops. Maybe all Pokestops for like a week might have like Snapshot Challenge kind of quests, so you can just take snapshots. I don't know. Sounds pretty interesting. But yeah, very, very interested in all of this APK. There's so much. But again, we don't know when any of this is coming out. I'm just excited that we have more levels, new things coming to the game. There's so much to be excited about with these various things, and of course the things that have already come to the game, which have been so amazing as well. So how much of it that's actually been implemented already kind of maybe will tell us how close we are to getting some of these other things. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's episode. If you did like it, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. If you're enjoying the series, please subscribe, and as always, God bless, and see you for another episode of Pokemon Go.